Hey guys, welcome back to another Exotic Car Hacks video. My name is PJ and today we are going to talk about salvage cars, rebuild cars, and the cars that have branded titles. There's really three types of cars that appear on the internet at any given time that just seem too good to be true, and they're usually one of these three cars. They're either salvage cars, rebuild cars, or lemon cars. And if you simply look on the Carfax or pull up the listing, you'll usually see that the VIN number has been now associated with either a car that's been salvaged previously, rebuilt, or branded as a lemon. And so those three things extensively drop the price of an exotic car. You can see a lot of times online that even though you may not necessarily think you can afford a car, a salvage version of it is so much cheaper that it does make it affordable to some extent, and it makes it exciting for just one moment to think you could be in that car. Theoretically, the people selling these cars will identify them as such, but will also make notes like, oh, the rear bumper was tapped, so the insurance totaled it. Oh, the front wheel went over a pothole and then it ended up costing $5 grand to fix, but the insurance totaled it, so that was why it has a rebuild title. So whatever those things are, whatever that the reason is the title on an exotic is branded, it ends up bringing the cost significantly down. And that sounds exciting for a lot of people because they don't understand how to buy exotic cars. Now, unlike the students who are following my strategies by clicking the link in the bio, who are just like you, having evolved to a state where they actually understand how to become an exotic car investor and how to leverage literally their credit in many cases, and in other cases just very little bit of money down to get in and out of exotics without losing any money. This is something a lot of people don't understand. And so instead of that, they typically look at the price. And so price becomes the driving factor of why they buy something, and usually that price is much lower on these branded cars. So people always ask me, and they email me and they DM me and they say, would you rather have an exotic car with 30,000 miles that's clean, or one that has 10,000 miles for the same exact money but has a branded title? And the answer is always, I always go after the clean cars. Now, if you follow my strategies, then you understand that clean cars always have a buyer, even if the miles are high, but branded, salvaged, and rebuilt cars do not, which is why buying one of these cars is quite dangerous from a financial standpoint. It's such a terrible investment because no collector on any level at any given time or investor will ever buy a branded, salvaged, or rebuilt car. It just doesn't make any sense. It almost takes away the value. It's like saying this is a real Rolex, but what's inside isn't Rolex anymore. It's just been updated. You just don't want that watch. There's too many unvariables and bizarre things going on for it to be worth your time. So in short, don't buy salvage cars, don't buy rebuilt cars, and of course, don't be like some of these imbeciles on YouTube that are trying to fix up garbage and end up sticking themselves for thousands of dollars above what they could have bought a cleaner car for. And the way you usually have to look at it is fixer-uppers in themselves are huge issues, especially for exotic car owners. Why? Because on the surface, you may think, well, I'm a mechanic, I can fix my own car, so I'll just go to work and buy this car that has a few issues and fix it. The part that you don't seem to realize is that while the cars are depreciating to dollars that are very much affordable and very easy for you to say, hey, I can buy this and it's easy for me to lend to this, it's also very, very difficult for you to actually source parts at a significant discount below that. So what happens is when you have a $400,000 car, and while, yeah, you can have a lot of hookups and repairs and getting good discounts on parts, but you still have to realize that parts are still expensive, especially if you go into something knowing that you're gonna have to put X, Y, and Z money into parts and maybe even more money into parts you can't see on the surface. And so that's where the risk comes in, right? It's the unexpected, it's the unknown, which is why typically I tell people stay away from salvage cars, stay away from rebuild cars, and stay away from branded cars. And also keep in mind that banks usually won't finance anything that has anything other than a clean title. They'll finance cars that have been in accidents, but they certainly will not finance any cars whatsoever that have branded titles because they're simply not as desirable, resellable, or ultimately easy to move in an auction should you not pay your bills. So with all the disadvantages that the bank offers, all the disadvantages that the actual buying of the car and the potential repairs, and also the fact that it narrows down the user base of people that are going to be interested in buying that car after you, then it's just not a good idea. So in short, don't buy any of such cars and stick to just buying exotic cars by investing in them the right way. Take the training in the bio below and actually learn something new about how exotics work so you don't fall victim to being an exotic car consumer and instead remain an exotic car investor. So guys, thanks again for watching this. Make sure to like, subscribe, or tell me if you disagree. I know some of you trolls are really broke, and as a result of it, you're gonna have a hard time digesting the information I'm giving you. So you're gonna say that it just shattered your dream because I told you that you couldn't have a Lamborghini Gallardo for like 60 grand and that's what you were going for. But unfortunately, that's the truth. I speak the truth, then sometimes people like it, sometimes they don't, so they give me a thumbs down. But please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time on the next Exotic Car Hacks video.